Ben Affleck asked broadcaster to hide slave-owning ancestor. Ben Affleck asked television producers not to reveal one of his ancestors was a slave owner, leaked emails suggest. The actor was taking part in a U.S. series called Finding Your Roots, where experts research a celebrity's family history, when the discovery was made. The broadcaster, PBS, says in a statement that they didn't censor the slave owner details. It is very common to find slave-owning ancestors during research, the show's host says. For any guest, we always find far more stories about ancestors on their family trees than we ever possibly could use, Prof Henry Louis Gates says in a statement sent to the Associated Press. He says both film director Ken Burns and journalist Anderson Cooper also found out while making the show that relatives of theirs had owned slaves. The details of Affleck's slave-owning family member were not included when his episode of Finding Your Roots was broadcast. In the case of Mr. Affleck, we focus on what we felt were the most interesting aspects of his ancestry, including the Revolutionary War ancestors, a third great-grandfather who was an occult enthusiast and his mother who marched for civil rights during the Freedom Summer of 1964, says Prof Gates in a statement on the PBS website. A representative for Affleck has yet to respond to request for a comment. Earlier this year he received the People's Choice Award for his humanitarian work in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The email chain between Gates and Sony Pictures co-chairman and chief executive Michael Linton was one of many thousands of emails and documents from last year's Sony hack that WikiLeaks put into the searchable online archive on Thursday.